Alright, so you just picked up your Tesla or you're picking it up very soon. And before you drive off thinking, yeah, I'll figure it out later, stop. Because there are a few things that everyone skips, and those are the same things that end up costing people money, battery health, or just straight up ruining the ownership experience. And stick around because later in this video, I'm going to show you the one setting almost nobody touches, but it's one of the biggest reasons people complain about range and battery degradation, and it takes less than 30 seconds to fix. Let's get into it. Most people install the Tesla app, sign in, and think they're done. You're not. Once you're logged in, go into the app settings and make sure notifications are fully enabled, especially charging notifications, Sentry alerts, and software updates. If you don't do this, you'll miss important alerts and you won't even know why your car didn't charge overnight. This is also where you'll want to double check phone key access. I still see people driving around with a key card because their phone key disconnects randomly, usually because Bluetooth permissions weren't fully enabled. This app basically is your Tesla. Treat it that way. Driver profiles aren't just seat and mirror positions anymore. In 2026, profiles control steering feel, braking behavior, region settings, climate preferences, even how aggressive autopilot behaves. If you don't customize this, you're basically driving a rental Tesla forever. And if multiple people drive the car, this matters even more. I see couples arguing over seat positions when the fix takes literally 20 seconds. Pro tip: once you dial in your profile, back it up to your Tesla account. If your car ever resets or you upgrade to a new Tesla later, your profile follows you. Before we go any further, I want to mention this because it affects every drive you take from day one. Tesla seats look great, but long-term comfort, especially neck and upper back, is where a lot of owners start feeling it after a few weeks. That's why TeslaNeckPillows.com is the main sponsor of this channel. They're designed specifically for Tesla seats, color match, and no weird aftermarket look. If you're someone who does long drives, commutes, or road trips, this is one of those accessories you don't realize you need until your neck starts reminding you. You can get 15% off using code MS15, and I'll have the link in the description below along with everything else I mentioned in this video. Alright, back to the important stuff. This is where a lot of new owners mess up. When you get your Tesla, the default charging limit isn't always ideal for daily use. If you're charging to 100% every night just in case, you're slowly hurting long-term battery health. For daily driving, most Teslas are happiest around 70–80%, save 90 or 100% for road trips. Also, check where your car is allowed to charge. Set your home as a trusted location and make sure scheduled charging is actually turned on. I can't tell you how many people think they're charging overnight and wake up to 30%. Later in this video, I'll explain why this ties directly into range complaints. You don't need a fancy wall charger to own a Tesla, but you do need a reliable setup. If you're still using a basic outlet, that's fine short term. But at minimum, check your outlet condition and cable management. Loose connections and cheap extensions are how people end up with melted outlets. This is also where a clean cable organizer or wall mount makes a big difference. Not flashy, just practical. I'll link a couple of solid options in the description that work whether you own or rent. And yes, home charging convenience is one of the biggest reasons people say they'll never go back to gas. Everyone talks about paint protection, but interior wear sneaks up way faster. Seat bolsters, center console, armrests. Those are the first areas that start looking tired. Even something simple like a center console organizer keeps things from sliding, scratching, and rattling around. I always recommend doing interior protection early, because once wear shows up, it's already too late. Again, links are in the description so you don't have to hunt around. Coming up, I'm going to show you the one setting almost nobody touches that explains why people think their Tesla lost range, even though nothing is actually wrong with the car. And if you've ever been confused about Sentry Mode battery drain, that's coming up too. Alright, if you made it this far, this is where most Tesla owners wish they paid attention earlier. Sentry Mode is one of the best Tesla features, but it's also one of the biggest battery drain culprits when it's set up wrong. By default, Sentry can stay active in places it doesn't need to be. That means your car is recording all night, at your house, in your garage, for no reason. Go into your settings and exclude trusted locations like home and work. This alone can save you several percentage points overnight. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you're using a reliable storage device. A cheap USB drive will eventually fail, and then you'll be wondering why nothing's saved when you actually need the footage. This is one of those set it once and forget it things, but it makes a huge difference. Tesla updates don't just add games and gimmicks anymore. In 2026, updates can tweak efficiency, charging behavior, autopilot performance, even braking feel. But if your car isn't consistently connecting to Wi-Fi, you're missing out. Make sure your home Wi-Fi reaches your parking spot. Even a basic extender can fix this. And once an update is available, let it install. Don't be the person ignoring updates for months and then wondering why features don't match what you see online. Tesla ownership changes over time. Updates are a big part of that. Alright, this is the one I teased earlier. If you think your Tesla lost range, there's a very good chance nothing is wrong with your battery at all. Most people leave their display set to miles instead of percentage, and miles fluctuate constantly based on recent driving behavior, temperature, elevation, speed, all of it. So one day you see 310 miles, the next day you see 285, and suddenly you think something broke. Switch it to percentage. Percentage is stable, predictable, honest. Miles are just an estimate, and not a very good one. Once you do this, pair it with realistic expectations. Cold weather, short trips, aggressive acceleration, all of that affects efficiency. It's normal. The battery didn't suddenly degrade overnight. This one change alone fixes like 80% of range anxiety complaints I see. This last one sounds obvious, but hear me out. Teslas reward smooth driving. The more you understand regenerative braking, gradual acceleration, and consistent speed, the better your efficiency gets, without trying. Your first few weeks are basically a learning curve, and that's fine. Take a short road trip, use navigation, let the car plan charging stops. Learn how supercharging actually works instead of guessing. The more you drive it, the more confident you'll feel, and the less you'll worry about things that don't actually matter. So if you just got your Tesla, do these things early, not 6 months from now after you've already built bad habits. And like I mentioned earlier, everything I talked about, including comfort upgrades like TeslaNeckPillows.com, is linked in the description below. If you want better comfort from day one, you can use code MS15 for 15% off. If this video helped you, hit the like button. It really does help more Tesla owners find it. And if you want more real-world Tesla ownership tips, not hype, not fluff, make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.